just grab this. Sorry. Morning, guys. Hey, hello. Need something to drink.
Yeah.
Don't sit too close. I have a cold today a little bit. Yeah. So I probably should just be drinking water, but I'll drink my coffee first and then drink some water.
I'll get my emergency later.
Yeah, that's probably not helping.
No,
you.
that's not gonna.
Helping your immunity or kind of
health
probably, in general.
Yeah, little by little, killing me. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning, guys.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Good.
Yeah.
Interesting week.
Yeah, we got some stuff in. We got some stuff out.
And more stuff coming in.
And more stuff going out.
It's a good time if you like Gundam kits because we're getting a lot of stuff, which is awesome. So
yeah, and like good quantities of stuff. So like not only are we able to get stuff in that like we haven't had for a while, or just kind of more variety of Gundam model kits, but we're actually able to keep some more stuff in stock for longer just because we have more of it.
Right. Yeah, we're blessed with you now getting most of what we asked for, which is pretty cool.
So yeah, Bandai, good job. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Anyway, so anything in particular before we get into it for today? Anything particularly noteworthy that we've got in recently?
A lot more Witch Mercury kits. I think the aerials high grade will probably be out of stock again.
I know people are going to ask about the Lifrith. So
Lifrith, we are getting more in Monday or Tuesday on that shipment, and that will cover some more pre-orders. We're just waiting to get the rest of our initial, I guess, batch of them. Usually kind of split it in two sections. It's kind of been split up into a few different ones this time. But that could just be they're put in different containers, and by when the containers arrive, that's when we're able to get different batches of them. So yeah, there's that one. But I think everything else, Master Grease Stein. So if you pre-ordered that'll be here Monday or Tuesday.
We got all the Perfect Grade Unleashes that were pre-ordered. We got all those in, and they're all shipped out now, I think, or mostly all shipped out.
Shipped out, if not all shipped out.
Unless they had something else on the order that's not come in yet.
Sosby Metal Structure came in.
Right.
So those are still getting worked on. I know we got a bunch of them out yesterday. And those will need signature verification. If you did order one, you will have to sign for it. They will not leave it at your house because those are pretty pricey kits. Not kits, pretty pricey items.
Right. Yeah. Just looking at the box, that's why I said when we were talking about it yesterday with Ron, it's like, if anybody sees that, that's the kind of thing that looks big and expensive. If you see that out on someone's front door, I'd be worried about it getting stolen. So it's good that we're doing signature verification for those.
Other than that, a lot of restocks. If you are on our email or social, you probably got the link to see everything that came in. Some anime figures came in. It's busy week.
Indeed. How about you guys? How's it going there? We've got this for our giveaway today. The classic.
Yes, one of the better classics.
Yeah, I would say probably one of my favorites. The TV versions I don't like near as much as this version, to be honest. That said, the EW version is cool. Anyway, the regular original Death Scythe, and that we recently, not too long ago, got that HG of, and the Death Scythe Hell, which we now have the P-Bandai HG on the way. Those ones I don't like near as much as the Burka, the EW version, and this one.
Do you know if the P-Bandai one went up last night?
I'm not sure.
I know they had a drop last night, P-Bandai. I just don't know if this was on it. So,
I don't know. I have this kit in my backlog that I've not built yet, actually. And it was actually a contest prize. A contest that I placed in a couple years back. But anyway, Strider Prime asking, are you guys planning to get a restock of the HG Gear Zulu from Unicorn?
I'm not sure. Maybe, depending on what Bandai has opened up. I know that they were restocked last month.
Yeah, that's a pretty common one. I feel like that gets restocked pretty often.
They were restocked last month, so just kind of depending on what Bandai has free. They're supposed to send me a list today or tomorrow, I think, of what they have available. So we'll see. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
But yeah, so other than that, I think we can go ahead and get into it. Just if you guys missed on Wednesday, 2 days ago, we did a live stream showing the winners of the Apex contest. So if you guys missed that, you can go back and check that out. But again, thank you to everybody who entered in that contest. We will let you know what the next contest is going to be, not today, but later in the future. Yeah, maybe by the next live stream 2 weeks from now. We should be able to tell you guys about that. And also, again, stay tuned for details about the next build day. That's also, we mentioned that on Wednesday, but we'll let you guys know more details about that. But yeah, we will have another build day coming up in the near future as well.
Yeah, so I think the big thing is if we have space with all the stuff coming in.
Yeah. Right. It can't just all be outside because it's getting warmer now here in Florida.
Yeah.
It's still February, but yeah, it's definitely warming up outside. So just stay tuned on social media to find out more about that stuff coming soon. But let's go ahead and get into some of the questions then for today.
Yeah.
All right. Starting off from Facebook. Oh, the way that Facebook posts come up seems different than
that is different
than how that's been before. Okay. Kyle with a good question for the moment. Eagles, Chiefs, or I don't care?
Well, like my favorite player, Christian McCaffrey, said, I hope both teams lose. Honestly, I kind of want the Chiefs to win just because I do like Patrick Mahomes. I'm not an Eagles fan. Sorry, guys. But honestly, I just hope it's a good game. I'm a Panthers fan, so we have not had good the last few years.
Yeah.
Do you watch football?
No.
All right.
I used to watch football when I was at my relative's house on like Thanksgiving and holidays and stuff. That'd basically be the only time that I really watched it. And I don't mind. I like watching it. It's fun to watch. But I just don't like choose to do it in my own free time. But like when I go to my relatives,
just it's on and you guys are sitting around.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
No, so I don't follow it or anything though. I would say, I guess Chiefs because I went to school in Kansas City.
Okay.
So I guess we're in agreement on that.
There you go.
So there you go. It's between Chiefs and I don't care for me, honestly, because I probably won't be watching. Although one of our neighbors invited us. I guess he's going to have the game on his like projection, like on his garage.
Who? Oh, your neighbor?
A neighbor in our neighborhood. Yeah,
nice.
We were out walking the other day and
talking to some neighbors. Like a block party type thing, maybe, or like
I don't know if we'll go. This is a neighbor that we met for the first time. We were actually talking to a different neighbor who we were meeting for the first time, and his neighbor came over and invited him. And since we were there, he was like, "Yeah, if you guys want to stop over too," so we may. But I mean, honestly, I think my wife doesn't understand football at all.
Yeah.
Being from Korea, and then obviously my kids, they might enjoy watching it for a couple minutes, but they're probably just gonna want to play or whatever, so probably just gonna pass. We'll see. All right, next question from Toy Mechanic. He said, any new One Piece Grand Ship Collection model kits?
They had a new one that just came out that we got in, I want to say in December. It was actually a brand new one. We are getting restocks of them. I think there's a bunch on. There's like 3 or 4 on the container that's supposed to come in Monday or Tuesday. But I know there was, I think it was red. I don't remember. I'm not a big One Piece fan, so I apologize. Same. But I know for sure there was a brand new one that came out in December that we still do have in stock. If that's what he's referring to. He's referring to restocks. We're getting a bunch in next week. So
yeah, same. I don't know anything about One Piece, so I the wrong one to ask about that. I have built one of the kits though. Because in Korea, my wife's coworker at the time gave one of the model kits as a gift to my son.
Okay.
Nice. It was like a birthday present or something at the time, so I helped him to build that. It was one of the ones that like kind of transforms, I think. It's not a ship, but there's a couple that like there's a few different model kits, and if like you get them all, they kind of go together to form a bigger like kind of mecha.
The chat's gonna get mad at us, but it's like the little dude with the antlers.
Yeah.
I don't know his name. So,
but Chopper is the character's name.
Yes.
But I can't remember the name of it. There's like a few different vehicles that they can go together. Anyway, what are your top 3 favorite Gunpla from the Gundam Wing series? Include EW. So Gunpla.
Yeah. So
the Wing Verka, I would have to say it's definitely
I haven't
I'd
built
be
the
up
Wing Verka, but yeah, I mean that would be up there. I think on
The new one,
way
I
it
guess I
looks.
should say.
Yeah. The new one with the angel wings.
Yeah.
And then I do like the P-Bandai Heavy Arms Custom. I like that one
the
a
MG.
lot. Yeah, and then I do like the Nataku.
Yeah, honestly, just like
Yeah,
all the Endless
P-Bandai
Waltz
too.
MGs are probably my favorite. Yeah, I'm the same. I'm trying to think of any of like the non-Endless Waltz of like the TV series ones. Which ones?
Yeah, I do like the Proto Zero, which was originally the original wing, right? Is what the Proto was.
That's still one that I've never actually built.
Yeah.
I'd like to at some point.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Yes, and I would also say that the Master Grade Fenicia Renashita, or more specifically the Fenicia Alba, is one Master Grade that I really, really enjoyed. Not from Wing, but based off of the Wing Gundam anyway. So that's a really cool one as well.
So who was it? RG Padge?
Yeah, just pre-ordered this and just
I actually saw your order come in. I was like, oh, those are coming in Monday or Tuesday. So yours should ship out pretty soon next week. I would assume. It's depending how fast we get caught up with those.
Gundam Explain there too.
Yeah.
You're a fan, right? Isn't that the channel you were talking about before?
Is that the podcast?
Isn't it?
Maybe. I think it was Gundam Podcast.
Anyway.
I don't know.
But anyway, hey.
What's up?
Let's see. Have you thought about expanding deliveries to South America?
Unfortunately, not right now. We actually just opened back up Canada. So maybe we'll open back up South America. It just kind of depends. I mean, we honestly, I'm sure there's a lot of COVID restrictions that are now away from international shipping. We turned all off when all of a sudden there was, people were waiting for orders. They were sitting in their customs and the customs wouldn't send them back to us or send them to the person. We'll just have to do the research on, the different countries that are there in South America and see what we can open back up. I know that there's Gundam Panama that I believe will ship out to South America. I believe, don't quote me there though. Which he has a really good store kind of, down obviously south of us. I don't know any specific ones in South America though. So
yeah, I know for a lot of the countries, when ordering stuff from the US, they'll use proxy services just because so they can kind of bundle stuff together just because they have a higher import tax for stuff if they get everything individually.
Yeah, you're honestly, just like Zach said, your best option is to find a freight forwarding company.
Yeah.
That's probably your easiest and best way to get stuff if you're to countries that we generally don't ship to.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Connor asked, there are so many kits that I haven't seen reprinted in ages or decades. What would you like to see that's been out of print for a while?
The Hyper God Gundam, Hyper Master Gundam, Master Grades.
Didn't we just get some of those in? Or those are the 100 scale ones?
Those are 100 scale ones, yeah. Okay. So those we haven't had. We got them in, I think, the second year we were in business, and then haven't gotten them. Same thing with the Full Armor Master Grade RX-78. That one we haven't got. We got those were all reprinted around the same time that we have not gotten the O Gundam Master Grade. I'm talking all Master Grades just because
those are the ones that are most infrequently reprinted.
I don't think any of those have been reprinted probably in the last 7-8 years.
Yeah.
Or if they were, they weren't brought here to the US.
This big boy.
Yeah, that one's been a while. Dendrobium High Grade.
Which I'll be continuing the live build this afternoon, by the way, if you guys are free this afternoon.
Check it out.
Yeah.
A lot of the bigger kits like that, the Neo Zeong that take a lot of production time, just have been off the side.
All of the mega size kits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did do a small batch of the unicorns, last year?
Yeah.
And that was it.
It's like 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
very small.
It was very we got barely any from that.
Those are great.
Yes.
Never built the age ones. There's only 2.
Yeah.
Age 1, age 2. Never built those. Yeah.
We had them one time too.
Yeah. Would love to see those again. All right. Nick wants to know, how is the MG Epion? He's thinking of picking one up. I've never built it. Have you?
I have not.
Yeah, that's another one that it looks like a great kit. I would love to build it someday, but I just never have.
It's a popular kit too. I don't know why I've never built it, but I just haven't.
But if you're thinking of picking one up, I mean, based on everything that I've seen about the kit, it's a good kit. It looks
Yeah.
awesome. So I would say, if you can get it for a fair price, go for it. Yeah. I've not heard anything negative about it at all. Renzo asks, which kit do you guys think is a must-have in every Gunpla collection?
The Master Grade Sonata Stein.
I mean,
78.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
some form of the RX-78 for sure. I
Yeah.
mean, if you had to get, like one that would be a must-have, maybe just at least one master grade.
Yeah.
I know the RX-78 is just one of those designs that you really can't go wrong with any kit. I mean, like I would have a hard time thinking of any version of the RX-72 that's not good. Even the original PG, still a good-looking kit.
Yeah,
like the non-grade, any of like the old kits or like the non-grade 144 scale kits, stuff like that. I mean, it's not gonna look as nice.
They get those first grade ones. It's all one color.
Yeah. Like those ones, maybe not, but. Like the HG Revive, fantastic kit. The RG gets a lot of hate, but I don't think it's that bad of a kit, to be honest. Let's see what else. We have many different like kind of versions in 144 scale.
A lot of versions in 100 scale. So.
Yeah, what's the name of the Beyond Global? Was the other one?
Global,
that one's also.
You've got the Origins. The Revive.
The G40, if you kind of want to get that
angular look.
That one's very you got to have a taste for that though. MG, really any of the MGs are going to be pretty solid too, except for like maybe not the 1.0, but the 1.5 is pretty good looking. Verka 2.0 is great. 3.0 is fantastic. The Origins version is fantastic. So you got a lot of options, but I mean I think it kind of makes sense to have at least one RX-78 in every Gunpla collection.
Yep, definitely.
Do you guys think we will see an MG Gundam Exia 2.0 or Full Mechanics Forbidden Gundam?
I would hope the Forbidden Gundam.
Yeah, I would say that makes a lot of sense. That we'll definitely get the Forbidden Gundam. I would not be surprised if that's like in the later half of this year that we might see that.
Forbidden is, what do we have? We've got
we've got the Raider and we've got the
so we're just waiting on the Forbidden from the first three.
Calamity.
Yeah.
So I would say that's definitely coming at some point, if not the end of this year, beginning of next year. Exia 2.0, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we got one, but it doesn't seem like that's coming very soon. Yeah.
I'm sure probably sometime in the future, but they might do it for like an anniversary year for 00.
Or I mean, I wouldn't be surprised maybe if that would come out as an MGEX in the future, possibly. So that could be possible. Rather than doing a 2.0, they just make an MGEX, which kind of same thing with this with the Strike Freedom. It serves as a 2.0 essentially, but it's just under a kind of different label. Chad asks, would you rather fight one Gundam-sized duck or 100 duck-sized Gundams?
100 ducks. Have we ever?
I think we got this exact question or some other version of this question before.
So I don't know. Maybe you overheard. So we usually have the goose question.
Know what it was?
How many geese would it take to kill you?
Oh, I don't know.
So it's kind of like that. And how would you fight the geese off type thing? But I could easily take 100 ducks. Like I've thought this through with the geese thing. Ducks would be easier than geese. Sorry.
All right. I would take, I don't know, 100 duck-sized Gundams. I mean, do they have like their weapons? Am I going to get shot by like tiny beams? I mean, I think that would still hurt.
100 duck, fight one Gundam-sized duck or 100 ducks. I mean, they're what, like that tall?
Yes, I mean, like if you imagine
you just step on them all, they're all done. That's easy.
If they're 100 of them, if they're all shooting at you at the same time.
Oh, if they have guns,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Let's just go with it. Like they don't.
But then a 18-meter tall duck, what are you gonna do with that?
Can't do anything.
Yeah,
just step on you and you'd be done.
Yeah, so it's a tough one. Kristen asked, "What is your kit that got away?" I have one story that comes to mind for that, but anything that you can think of one that got away from you?
No. No.
This happened to me once before where I was in Akihabara and I was getting ready to leave like it was like my last day there. I don't know what it was at the time. I was just there for like a couple days for a trip or something to make some videos or something like that. And at one of the shops, like just before I was leaving, they had a secondhand Resil Type C. I think it is the Master Grade Resil Type C that has like the different backpacks, the tan and orange one, the quite big Master Grade kit.
Yeah.
They had that for, I think it was like 4,500 yen, something like that. So it was quite fair price for that kit. And I didn't have one at the time. So I was there in the shop and looking at it and thinking like, I really wanted to get it, but I kind of already had it. I was about to leave. It's like my last day. So I already had a bunch of stuff to carry. And I was like, it's just going to be one more thing that I have to carry. I kind of can't be bothered. But then like right after I left, I immediately regretted it. I was like, I should have bought that. But I ended up getting one later, so it didn't matter. But yeah, I do remember that.
So Helbin had the cup ramen, and he had all three. He had the curry, and I got two of them from him, but he wouldn't give up the curry one. So we can say that.
I used to have those too, but
yeah, the only one I'm missing is the curry one. But there's only three. There's like the regular cup one, the curry one, and there's a clear one.
Yeah, like it was like a clear yellowish.
Yeah.
Gundam. You're talking about he had like the Master Grade one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about like just the mini kits.
He had like the 3 Master Grade versions.
Yeah.
I got 2 of them.
No, yeah,
he wouldn't give up. Yeah, he
I had the mini ones.
I tried.
Yeah. Well, maybe he will now.
Yeah, I don't know. He might.
He might. All right. Chris wants to know any plans for the weekend.
Watch the Super Bowl. I don't know. Honestly, Saturday I'll probably do yard work and stuff. I'm sure there's a list waiting for me. No, we were seeing, but no one wants to come in.
Oh, okay. Well, seeing as how I've got a cold, I'm probably gonna just rest at least tomorrow. See how I feel. But
my kids are not feeling good, so I wasn't here yesterday because my youngest daughter, I had to watch her. But yeah, she's not feeling good, so I'm sure I'll be taking care of kids, and hopefully I don't get sick.
Yep.
We'll see.
Yeah. No big Super Bowl parties or anything like that. I don't think. Dan wants to know, why is the new MGX so expensive compared to the price in Japan, which is about $120? I believe you said that there's price adjustment once the actual price, or I believe you said you would make a price adjustment once the actual price was known. So it's kind of
the price is
two separate points.
So the U.S. price doesn't matter on the yen price anymore. It just doesn't.
Or what you mean is that you can't just like take the yen price and convert that to U.S. dollars and expect that that's how much it's going to cost.
Right. So Bandai gives us the cost, and then we have an agreement called a MAP pricing, minimum advertised pricing agreement, that we sign, saying that we cannot sell it below a certain price. We can sell it as high as we want. No one will buy it if it's too high. So I believe, that 120. So when you convert yen to US dollars, it just doesn't matter. That's not how you're going to get the price here for the US. They're priced differently here, based off of their shipping costs, their storage costs, their payroll, all their expenses. There's different expenses from kits being made in Japan to get them to Japan stores to kits getting them over here to the US. So it just, you can't look at that, which I think is one reason why Bandai might have told the Japanese stores, hey, you can't sell to the US. I know there's one store that still does. I don't know what they're going to do about that, but
and I think like that's one example where it's much more noticeable just because it's an expensive kit, where on like if it's just like an HG and the difference between the Japanese price and our price is only like $5 or $6, it's just because it's just the scaling of it.
Right.
If it's a kit that's 1,400 yen, you can get it in Japan for sure like $12 maybe, but here it's $17.
If you go off like percentages, let's say like the kits cost us 20% more than it would cost over there. Something that's $100 would be $120. Something that's $10 will only be $2 difference. So you're getting a 20 to 2.
Right.
Still percentage, it's the same percentage. It just looks drastically more.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Okay. Is something up with your stickers? I know you said you were changing the format to be cheaper to produce for the ones included with orders, but I haven't received one in my last 2 orders.
So you should start getting stickers in every single order again. So we actually just bought a sticker machine and are just making them ourselves. So it did take a little trial and error to figure out the machines, what we actually needed, the right sticker paper, the right ink, all that fun stuff. But you should be getting stickers in every order now.
Before we were ordering them from
Right.
a producer, and we figured,
because the problem was we would get like our artwork. So we would get, because we do a sticker every month. So we would get, let's just say March is sticker artwork we'll probably get in the next week. Well, we would send it off, and then it would take 2 or 3 weeks for us to get our stickers. So now we're already halfway through March, or most through March, just because they couldn't fill them in time. So, we just figured out it's cheaper to buy the machine ourselves and all the stuff ourselves. We get the artwork in time. We can just make them right away, that day. And
every day, basically.
Yeah, we're literally
just keep the printer going all the time.
It's literally nonstop going. But there was a period there where we were trying to figure out stickers, and we kind of ate through our backlog that we had from before. And but you should, I would assume, if you're not, let me know. Send us an email.
Okay. Michael asked, when will Zach get an HG of himself?
Oh, we kind of already got that.
Yeah.
The little 3D.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, somebody made for the Apex contest. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get their entry in time. So you guys have not seen that, but I have the pictures. Somebody made a little like 1/35 scale of Adam and I to go with their custom build of Apex, which is pretty cool.
I'm seeing if I saved.
So, yeah, we got that. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
I wouldn't like.
Is that showing?
Yeah.
There you go. So that's me and Zach, and
check that out.
High grade scale.
No, I don't know. I wouldn't want to kid it myself. That'd be weird. But or even to see someone make one. I don't know.
Have a mega house figure of you.
I don't know. Wouldn't be into it. All right. Okay? Let's see. Let me get a new one here. From Gumpla Joey.
Oh,
who was here?
Chat?
Yeah. I assume Joey's still there. If you are, Joey, hey. Do you think we will see a successful successor to Gundam, or do you think there will be a new continuity of the Gundam world? So I guess what he means is like some other new series kind of becoming quite popular, something like Kyokai Senki series, which ended up kind of mostly flopping, I guess. But
I mean, it does all right.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They would have to stop, I think, making Gundam series, because I think if Gundam series keep going and making model kits, they're really going to be focused on that. If we're talking just Bandai, they would be focused on kind of that. Someone's hungry. Usually it's me.
My stomach's. I think it's just because I'm sick or something, or I don't know something. For the past couple of days, my stomach's been doing that, making lots of noise. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, Zoids is up there, but it's not near as popular as Gundam. I mean, Gundam's popular. The model kits alone are popular. I don't know if the series are super popular. I mean, they're up there, but
interesting that, I mean, when you think of like some of the biggest like see, now your stomach's going too. It's like yawning. It's contagious. But some of the biggest like mecha series, I guess, are all like quite old. Gundam, Macross, Evangelion is not quite as old, from the 90s. And then like, I don't know, what would be another one, like Gurren Lagann. That's not as old, maybe about 20 years or something, I guess, for that. But just trying to think of like any kind of like long lasting franchise other than like Gundam and Macross. I mean, I don't know what else is there. Even a series like I'm just trying to think of like popular mecha models like Photoms. That's like just one series that those are all based off of. Like Gundam's definitely the most prolific in terms of just like the number of different series and things like that. I can't imagine when or if ever we're ever going to get something like that again in some other form.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. I mean, we don't know what we want till we get it. So.
Yeah. Like my man Steve Jobs said.
Hope I quoted him correctly.
No, I don't think so, but I got what you meant. Daniel asked, HG Ultron when? Yeah, I assume that's also just kind of a matter of time.
Yeah, I would think so. It'll probably be P-Bandai though too, right? I would assume, just like
Yeah. Joey mentioning Voltron as one. Yeah, that's
yeah,
fine.
because they did do the Netflix Voltron recently. Sorry, I'm just waiting for a
like
thing.
There's I don't know. That's I mean, like there's certainly a lot of Super Sentai like type series that have mecha in it. That like Power Rangers, of course, the big one, but stuff like that. That's kind of big and ongoing series. Let's see. Of all the MG wing kits, which are made the best, and that you would recommend to first, second, and beyond? So we kind of talked about some of our favorites, but what would be one that maybe you would recommend to someone?
I mean, probably just a wing. Either the new Verka wing, but that might have a lot more pieces, but I don't think that really matters if you
just like the TV version.
Yeah, TV version, or even like the I think that would be fine, honestly, or the Death Scythe.
The great thing about those is that they're all relatively modern, so you really couldn't go wrong with any of them. I can't think of a wing MG that I would not recommend to someone, and they're all like relatively simple as well.
Yeah.
So I think you could really kind of go with anything if like you're trying to recommend to a friend or something. I would say like here's a website, just go to Dalong or something, honestly. Like here you can see all the different MGs that there are out there. Just pick whatever is the one that you think looks the most cool or whatever.
Yeah, and they're all pretty iconic. Yeah, most people are going to know what they are.
And we keep thinking like Gundams, but there's the Tallgeese as well. Tallgeese is another really good one in its different forms. Hopefully we'll get something like a Ares or Leo MG in the future. Fingers crossed.
Nice, yeah.
Lurby wants to know if you know when you're going to be available the Gundam Artifact Series 3.
I don't know. I know we ordered them.
It would be pretty soon, I guess, because they've been out in Japan for a little while now.
Yeah,
so I imagine
because those are a little difficult because they come in a box and then you don't know the count for each one in the box. So we don't really put them up for pre-order anymore. Although Bandai, they did with the second one give a box that just had one of each one.
Oh, really? So you didn't have to.
Yeah, I don't know if they did that with the third one or not. I guess
remember. So. Maybe
I would think.
Yeah, you would think so. For distribution outside of Japan, because inside of Japan they're just like in the store boxes where you just it's kind of like how the Converge figures come, where there's like one of each in like one box, because they're meant to just be put there like next to the cash register or whatever where they have that stuff.
Grab me items, and there's like could be like in one box you could have two of one, and in another box you have three, and then another box you have one. So you just don't, you never know the count really.
I would assume it would be pretty soon, but it seems like there's a little bit more of a lag for Candy Toy type stuff. It's not like they're not. Would they be Bandai Spirits, or is that a different?
So it's
Bandai Spirits is what all the model kits are.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that. I know when we order them, it's not from the Bandai Hobby team.
Okay,
so it's from another team in Bandai.
Yeah. So
not Gashapon people. It's something else. It's a.
Right. So anyway, just stay tuned. We'll post up when they get in, because there's a couple in there that I'm looking forward to as well. That Cubile especially looks really cool. All right. What's your preference on mecha design? More realistic and grounded, or more fantastical and super robot? I think everybody probably knows my preference on this because I talk about it all the time.
More fantastical, but I do like realistic elements, I think, in it. I don't know. Honestly, a mix of both. I really don't lean either way.
Yeah.
Because I'll like the, was it the Ground Gundam?
Yeah.
8th MS Team stuff I like a lot, but then I like Gundam Seed a lot too. So you got kind of your two worldly, two different thines. I'm assuming that would be real world and fantasy.
Yeah, I mean,
fantastically.
The more, and for me, I think. I mean, realistic, you're kind of talking about like two different extremes, and in my mind there's a lot of stuff kind of in between those extremes. I feel like, because you like when I think of super robot stuff, I think of like the Gurren Lagann kind of stuff, things like that, or like the Gao Gai Gar type of things. Those are like super robot stuff, which I'm not really that into. Whereas stuff like from Gundam Seed is kind of in between there.
Yeah.
It's still like relatively realistic in that sci-fi universe.
Mm-hmm.
They're not like pulling out like a massive drill or something that's like
Right,
larger
yeah.
than the Gundam
Where
itself.
did that come from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's certain designs that I do like the Gunbuster. I do like that's pretty super robot. But in the animation, although like to be fair, it's depicted in a quite like realistic way.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, definitely kind of the more realistic, a little bit more grounded stuff is what I tend to lean to. But yeah, kind of in between. Who's the best pilot of the Wing series? Yeah, you have a favorite? You God of Death, Duo Maxwell fan?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Duo or
you envy his hair, right?
Yeah.
You want that long braid.
Long braid. I mean, Hero's pretty good too.
Mm.
If Dee's watching, Troa is trash.
Troa
Dee loves. So Dee's one of our customer service people. She loves
specifically.
I believe it's Troa, right? Heavy arms guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Troa.
Yeah.
She's got like images and stuff up on her desk.
I feel like Katra is by far the least popular, but at the same time, like the most relatable, like realistic person.
Yeah.
Like among the series, like he's the only one that like is just like kind of a normal guy, where the rest of them are all kind of weird in one way or the other. So I don't know, being more of like a as far as like any anime kind of stuff that I like, it's kind of like either Gundam, Evangelion, Dragon Ball, or like kind of slice of life stuff. So kind of like normal, realistic characters. So I would be kind of more drawn to Katra just because of that. Even though like even in the story, he's just kind of he seems a bit more of like a side character almost, even though he's one of the main characters. But that probably would be what I would say on that. Do you wash kit parts after sanding?
Sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I try to Gundam kits especially, yes. Just before painting, basically, is the thing. It's not so much as what it comes after; it's what it comes before.
Yeah,
it's you want to do it before painting so that everything's nice and clean for painting. But that said, I don't do it on other stuff like machining Krieger kits like that. Usually, anything that I'm going to hand paint, I usually don't do it because how clean the surface is, it really doesn't matter that much. But especially if you want like a nice, crisp, clean Gundam model, I would, yeah. You're just a dirty guy, huh? Dirty old man.
I'll wash some parts. It just depends. It honestly depends what it looks like. It looks like there's a lot of dust.
You watch the crotch and the armpits.
That's it.
Of the Gundams.
We were watching Big Hero 6 Alley yesterday, and the guy's like, "This is the underwear I wear. I'm inside. I wear them forward, backward."
Oh, yeah, right, yeah. Yep. Let's see. Bond said, how do you select kits to build from your backlog? That's a good question. If you want to pull something out of the backlog to build.
Yeah, I don't know. It just kind of depends on what I'm feeling. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if there's really a science to it. I just look, see what and then grab it and then move on and build it.
See, for me, because I'm in the content creation business, it comes down to like, if it's just something where like, I just want something to just build for myself. I don't want to have to bother, doing like a review and everything of it. It's not something like that I want. Yeah. Because sometimes I do want to do that. Like I just want to get something like, especially just at home, of course. It's where most of my like older backlog stuff is. Yeah. Sometimes I want to do that. And if in that case, it would be a kit that either like is one that I've already built before. So I've already reviewed it and I'm building it again, or like something that, I don't know, I just don't feel like it would be worthwhile for me to review.
See what you've done to me.
Yeah.
My stomach is just going off now.
Okay, let's see. Okay, what do you got? Let's see. Why do you think the highly wanted Death Scythe Hell is a P-Bandai release? So yeah, we kind of mentioned that that's coming out as a P-Bandai HG. Why do you think it went that way?
So I know Bandai from previous conversations, it might have changed. This was like a few years ago. Usually if something's coming P-Bandai, they don't feel it's going to have the mass popularity that a regular release would have. It could mean that I mean, people in Japan just don't find it popular. So it's not going to sell well there because that's most of their market share.
Yeah.
So something might sell well here, but it doesn't account to the numbers that would be needed to make it be a regular release, even if it would sell well in one area. Because I don't think Wing is very popular in Japan. So
I don't know.
I remember asking about that with the Endless Waltz.
Yeah.
Master grades, why they and that's kind of what led it when I actually had the actual Bandai hobby rep. I think it's before the guy that Bandai had here now. Was when they were Bluefin, and he was kind of just advising or something. But that was kind of the answer I was given, is they don't deem P-Bandai kits as being as popular as a regular release would be.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of, I think, what most people are kind of aware of. But I mean, I can understand it's still, I mean, even if you know that that's what's Bandai's like stated reasoning, it still doesn't make sense a lot of times to us. Like there's that, like the Rose Gundam HG. These are ones that, from our point of view, they're like some of the lead Gundams from the series. How is it not going to be? And especially if it's a totally new kit, like the Rose Gundam in that case. If it's a totally new kit, I mean, like, why wouldn't it just be just a standard release? You would think when they do stuff like the HG Airmaster from Gundam X, for example, was a standard release. I can't imagine that would be more popular than the Death Scythe Hell. So, I mean, I can understand why it doesn't make sense a lot of times to us. And ultimately, I think what it comes down to is Bandai's trying to figure out what's going to sell well. And other than that, I mean, I don't know, maybe it comes down to they need to build up some cash basically for another project that they're working on, something like that, because obviously through premium Bandai sales, Bandai makes more profit for themselves with those. So I mean,
you're buying directly from Bandai, so Bandai's getting pretty much all the
it's one way to look at it. That the bright side is that means that Bandai's working on something else big and cool for us. So I mean, that money you can, I mean, I think be pretty reassured in that it's not just going to like the Bandai CEO's pockets, but they do invest quite a bit of their that into future
R&D
releases and things like that. Yeah. So all right, let's see. Tim asked, Zach has mentioned he doesn't like undergating as it slows down the cleanup of a kit. Can you elaborate on this? In my experience, undergating only speeds up a build. It's much easier to erase a nub on a typically flat surface you can't see. What do you feel about undergating first? Do you like it or not?
I don't honestly care either way.
Yeah?
I mean, I think it makes the finished kit look a little better, depending on what the kit is.
You mean like a kit that has coating?
Yeah, I mean, usually if they do a bunch of undergating, that means that something's coming out like that. Usually,
yeah.
But honestly, I mean, it's technically all the same to me. I don't. Maybe I should care more. I just don't. Sorry.
Well, yeah.
Do you have opinions?
Yes, just because
you build way more than I build, so
so
probably why.
Of course, like on anything that's a plated kit, like a Hyakshiki or like a Phoenix or something like that, those, I mean, all of course, like anything where the plating is going to show you should be undergated. So of course I understand for that, but anything that's not plated, I find it annoying, and the reason why I would be kind of like you, where kind of I just don't care, but I feel the need to call it out just because I feel like other just people in the community, reviewers, and then like just modelers in general, there's kind of this understanding, I feel like, with a lot of people that like undergating is a great thing. Like people get really excited. I feel like that's like an incentive to like want to buy the kit. Like, well, this kit's
like
undergated.
Feature,
like similar kind of like with polycaps. That's another thing. Like whether it has polycaps or not, for me, it really doesn't matter at all. I don't care. But some people are like, wow, it doesn't even have polycaps. Amazing. But like,
man.
whereas like, it's okay.
Yeah.
So I feel like that same kind of thing goes on with undergating. Whereas I feel like it shouldn't be like that. I mean, like whether it has it or not, like I mean, just people should not care so much about that. But I feel like on non-plated kits, it's more work because you have to cut it from one side, and because you can't. It depends on this. It all depends on your technique of how you clean up nubs, basically.
Right.
If you're just using nippers, basically, and kind of you're not trying to get like a really super clean finish on it, then undergating probably does save you some time.
Yeah.
But if you are trying to get it to like actually really clean, you have to cut it from one side and then you have to cut it from the other side as well. So whereas with just a straight on connection, you just have just one cut to make, basically. I know you don't kind of have to do it that way, but just kind of, in my experience, to get the cleanest, to get the cleanest finish, it's having to cut from two different angles. So that's why it just kind of slows me down. But anyway, so yeah, just kind of a pet peeve of mine. All right. If Bandai started to add vehicle kits to lines, then what would you like to see? I would like to see more aircrafts like the HGC Skygrasper, make it a 2-pack with the equipment needed to turn the HGC Ailstrike into the Perfect Strike gun.
I mean, they kind of have that with the EX kits, like right, just not the EX Master EX, but they have like the they just haven't reprinted them in forever.
And they're quite expensive.
And they haven't added any new ones. I don't even think.
Yeah, not for a long time. No.
Yeah, because I think Seed was the last one that actually had the ships.
Yeah, I think
because Double O had a ship, but it wasn't part of that series line. It was something else. So yeah, I mean, they could just continue that line or add things to that line. I know like the EXS has that vehicle, just like the
weird kit.
Yeah. So I mean, it would be cool. I think more is better than not having it.
Yeah, it's but I mean, when you're saying vehicle kits, I'm not thinking quite so much like ships, but I guess ships is probably what he means. But I'm thinking more of like Jeeps or tanks or something like that.
Yeah, like from
the series.
It'd be cool to have from like Seed. Was it the I don't know what's it called, like the orange gun,
the gun barrel,
mobile armor. Yeah, like that would be cool. They've had a metal build add-on for it. I guess things like that would be neat. I'm trying to think of like different series though that have add-ons.
Maybe like the well, you know how they have the hard graft core fighter.
Yeah.
For the ARC-78, if they were to make something like that of like the fighter jets, I don't know exactly what they're called, from 8th MS team. They had, especially in like the final battle with the Obsolus, they had the EFSF, or I guess it would be EFF, had the jets that are flying around.
Yeah, all I keep picturing is like the Xeon ones that have like that weird like.
Those would be cool though too.
They have that.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean,
like the weird duck looking ship. But they do not have the EFF one.
Yeah. I don't think so. At least there's in the old HG kits, there might be like a little kind of version that you get like packaged in together with one of those
like
old
those sets,
HMS
like
teams,
the Zaku
something
attack
like that.
set, and
I don't remember.
The tanks come with it.
It would be kind of cool generally, but I mean, I think the reason why Bandai doesn't make those is just because they just wouldn't sell as much. So they would have to take some of their production capacity away from producing Gundam model kits, which they know are going to sell a lot more, and they'd have to devote some of that towards making models that just aren't going to sell as well. So it's understandable why they don't really invest too much into developing stuff like that. Let's see. Do you think the MG SD line will survive? I think it's awesome. I'm hoping for an MG SD Aquarius down the line. That would be a cool one.
Yeah, it would be cool. Yeah. I think so. I think this one's done fairly well. We get them next week.
Oh,
so
it's like just come out in Japan a couple 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, like so they are on the container we get Monday or Tuesday.
Awesome.
I'm assuming Monday or Tuesday. It left California yesterday, so.
Today's Friday in California.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think time changes. Yeah.
You don't know that meme?
No.
Okay.
I'm just like, okay.
Lost on you. Some people will get it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So yeah, those, if you pre-ordered that, there's still a decent amount. They're going quick though. For pre-order for the first batch, so we aren't sold out. We have plenty to cover everything that we've already pre-ordered on that container, which is nice. That's one good thing too about Bandai giving us more kits. They're not splitting them up as much.
Yeah.
The shipments, so that is nice.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to trying it out. Like we talked about before, like it's the Freedom's not one of my favorite Gundam designs, but the kit I'm sure is going to be interesting. And yeah, looking forward to more. The what do you say, the Aquarius? That's a good.
That would
good
be
call.
neat,
That would be nice. Yeah. I think it's probably a little bit too obscure.
Yeah.
But maybe at least like an HG or something of that at some point would be cool, or an SD cross silhouette.
Right.
Because they've made a couple of kind of obscure SD cross silhouette releases.
Yeah.
The Phoenix, not the Phoenix.
Right.
The Phoenix and what's the other one?
They did make the Phoenix.
I can't think of the name of it. The mono-wide Gundam that they made the two
that
different color
big old
versions.
gun? Yeah.
And
What
SD
is that?
silhouette. Now it's escaping me. It's got a very long, weird name. Somebody's going to pop it in the chat there in just a second. Let's see. Daniel said, in your opinion, has Bandai dropped the ball concerning the third-party kits' recent advancement, or do you think they'll step up their game to meet the challenge? We've talked about this a couple times.
Yeah, I don't think that they've dropped the ball.
Yeah.
I just think these other companies are making better things that they made in the past, because third-party kits have always been there. They're just literally other companies that are making other things. They're just making better things now.
Yeah, Syscade, that's what it was. Thank you, Reiji. That's another one that I would love to have a like cool. HG or RE of that full size one. But yeah, this again, as we talked about in a recent episode, I think it's more of just, you know, Bandai can't make everything all at once,
right?
So these third party companies, whether they're making like actual Gundam IP, which they shouldn't, or if it's like kind of like very Gundam-esque designs, they're just kind of filling a gap. From Bandai. It's not necessarily that they're making anything better or that Bandai is slacking. I mean, because look at what Bandai is coming out with. I mean, their products are still kind of the best model kits around. Like, really.
You gotta think too, like when Bandai makes an announcement, usually there's 20 plus kits in different, you know, among all the different series that they're working on.
They're not working on like one or two releases per year.
Yeah, they're working on probably, you know, over the course of a year, 100, if not more, different things. Where these third-party companies are literally working on maybe two at the most, depending on the company. Usually, it's one item that they're, you know, new item that they're making. So, just kind of keep that in mind too.
And again, what I always say, I don't know this for sure, but I would imagine that Bandai probably doesn't really pay that much attention to what the other companies are making, unless it's like a copyright infringement IP thing where, you know, they might take steps to kind of go after these companies. But other than that, I just don't really think that they pay much attention. They're not like trying to compete with what other companies are releasing, stuff like that. So no, I don't think that's the case. Now that we've seen let's see. Well, let's talking about the MG SD Freedom. I've talked about that. Anything else you would like to see in that line?
Schneiderstein. I was gonna go, but I mean, honestly, a Heavy Arms Custom would be pretty cool. I think in that, you know, a little bit bigger.
I would say probably the Wing Gundam is what it would be that would come first, though, and I mean, I think that would be a cool release. That would be a very similar kind of silhouette to the Freedom Gundam, to be honest. But all right, let's see. Any plans for designing another mecha model like the Apex?
So we have something in the line. It's not like Apex. Apex was our first one. Obviously, he's our mascot. But if you go to the Hobbynetics Facebook page, I mean, there's a picture of the 3D printed prototype of what we're coming out. It's more of like what they call them, War Machine, Mech Warrior type stuff. That's slowly getting worked on.
Yeah, it's coming along. It's a long process, and obviously, like something that's more of kind of like a side project for us that like we want to make, but the main thing is like focusing on
Right,
getting your guys' orders.
Right. Yeah. I can't just we can't just stop doing our bread and butter.
We're not a model kit manufacturer. It's just something that's just kind of
fun to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What's your single favorite Hexa Gear coming out? We were just talking about this the other day. You were excited for
I am excited.
one of the new ones.
I forget. I think they put the name. I don't remember the name, but it's they're making a big beetle looking mech.
Yeah.
That looks really cool.
Oh, that's what he mentioned there. It's a Battle Beetle looks like a cool build, especially being a bunch of weapons mashed together. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. I did like. I mean, we were talking about Kodobu Kia has been popping out, a decent amount of kits, lately, and they're. Yeah, you got the new. I mean, he's specifically talking about Hexa Gear, but you also have the Kong Wolf that's coming out.
Kong Wolf.
Yeah, Kong Wolf that's coming out.
Even though it's just a variant, I'm excited for the new version of the Ray Blade that's coming out. If we're talking about Hexa Gear,
V Thor.
Yes, new version of that too. Yeah, that also looks really cool. It's got the Guy Fieri flames on it.
Yeah,
everything. Might be leaving those off mine, but. Cool.
I'm excited for it to be black. I mean, the V Thor kit itself was a pretty cool kit. Yeah, like I thought that was a really neat design that they came up with. So.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to that new Move Love kit too. I mentioned that one looks really cool. There's a lot of really fun stuff on the way, and the new Notchin.
Yep, that did look neat. Yeah.
All right. So, what advice do you have for people just getting into building model kits?
Just have fun doing it. Honestly, like just. Try something new. If you want to start advancing skills, try something new with every kit. And as long as you're having fun, enjoying doing it, I think that's probably the best advice that anybody can give you.
Yeah, I would say, avoid getting into some mindset where it's any sort of like competition or anything like that. Like, don't look, watch a bunch of YouTube videos to kind of get cool ideas of things that you can do, but like, don't, I would feel sorry for anybody that was watching these videos of these guys who've been doing what they do for years and being kind of feeling sad about it or feeling bad, like, man, I wish I could make something cool like that, but I'll never do something like that. Just remember that
they started where you started.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what I was saying too. Like with every kit, for every kit, I try to do something new or learn something new, and work through that kit doing that, just so you build on your modeling skill sets and
Yeah. It's just a hobby at the end of the day, right? So just kind of enjoy it in the way that kind of works for you. Will we ever get new G Gundam kits? Well, we got the new Rose HG on the way. And so that's probably the first of a couple, I would imagine, that we're going to get as P-Bandai HGs.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they'll all be P-Bandai.
So I would imagine we'll get the Bolt Gundam and we'll get the Maxter and the Dragon Gundam.
Yeah.
Probably over the next 5 years. Probably come out like one per year, probably. But I would imagine they'll get to all those. I as far as anything else that might come out non-P-Bandai, I would love like a nice 2.0 of the God Gundam and especially the Master Gundam, actually. But considering that we already have the RG God Gundam, which is fantastic and fairly recent, and then the what is it? High resolution God Gundam. Yep. So we've got in the recent years, we've got a couple of new versions of the God Gundam. I don't think that they would come out with an MG 2.0 of that anytime soon, but I don't know, maybe. Yeah.
We have the 2.0 in stock.
What?
The 2.0 is in stock.
2.0 of what?
Not 2.0. The Master Grade.
Master Grade.
God Gundam's in stock.
Okay.
There's no 2.0.
All right. What's the least interesting Witch from Mercury kit in your opinion, and why?
I don't know any of their names, but the green version of the pink one.
The Demi Trainer?
Yeah, the green version. I'm not. And isn't there like a grayish one that's kind of like the. I need to memorize these names. They're just new, and I haven't even watched the series other than the prologue, which I need to.
some people are definitely going to disagree with me on this because I know, like, for a lot of people, it seems to be quite popular. But like the most recent one that just came out, which is it's kind of like a grunt design. I also can't remember the name of it offhand. But that newest one that just came out, it's probably my least favorite design of the kits so far. That or possibly the Delanza. It's a cool design, but I mean, if we're talking like if I had to choose one as my least favorite, maybe the Delanza. I mean, I love a big chunky mecha, but it's a little bit too chunky for my taste. Too chunky. It doesn't have like comparing it to something like the Dom, like
watch the game. We need. I need to. I just haven't.
We have kids. Both of us, kids, man. Once you have kids, don't have time for that. But let's see. Did someone say what's the one I'm thinking of? No, not yet. But anyway, yeah. Okay. Costco pizza or hot dog, Daniela? We don't have Costco here.
No, we got Sam's Club and BJ's.
Yeah. And BJ's doesn't have food or like a like snack bar. They do?
Yeah.
Where?
Right at the front.
Where?
Right at the front.
In Port Orange?
Yeah.
How? I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I get Italian sausage there all the time.
What?
Yeah. Like right when you leave to the left. The pizza, Italian sausages.
When was the last time you've been there? Because
like 2 weeks ago.
Okay. I'm not sure. Because I've been there.
We're going to the same BJ's, right? One in Port Orange?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right by the highway?
Yeah.
All right. Somehow I've never seen their
when you leave,
there.
it's literally right to the left.
Where like the glasses shop is?
I don't know glasses
shop.
Like
going out the door,
like
right on the left side, it's like a glasses, like eyeglasses shop.
Maybe it's been more than 2 weeks since I've been there. I don't know.
I've been going there for almost a year now. I've never seen it. All right, fair enough.
Next time you go, take a picture.
I don't know.
Because they had the glasses shop. So like when you check out, sorry guys, and you take a right to leave. It's right there on the left.
You're talking about left of the checkout.
Yeah.
Like towards where the bathrooms are.
Maybe. I don't know. It's there.
Okay, I'll have to look. Maybe it's
Sam's definitely has it. But if
Sam's is good.
I would rather the Italian sausage from
BJ's.
BJ's or Sam's usually has Italian sausages too. And you just put ketchup and onions. And
my favorite would definitely have to be Costco turkey bakes. Or chicken bakes, right? So that is chicken bake. It's like a bread loaf with like the ingredients of a pot pie, essentially, kind of in it.
Huh.
You've never had that before?
No, but that sounds amazing.
It's super good. But Sam's Club pizza is really good. I mean, I do like Sam's Club pizza. At our house, we get it probably like once every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's good. You get like a big ass pizza. And
it's cheap too.
Like $9. Yeah. Anyway. BJ's usually have a small snack shop. Man, I don't know. Apparently, I've just been missing it the whole time. All right. Anyway. Okay. Let's get a couple more questions in here. Let's see. Let me switch up again, and we'll go to the YouTube community tab and see what's going on over here. Considering how varied and different model kits can get, what would you guys say are the kits that are overrated? Like ones so many people will say you to get, but the end product isn't really worth it. Love the stream. QWERTY asked.
It's a good question because I think the ones that people might feel over it. I don't think anything. I guess people that might think things are overrated usually might be because they don't like the certain design. But most people like that design. I don't know if a kit's overrated because the build quality is good or bad. And then everyone's like, oh, the build quality is great. Does that make sense, what I just said there?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a hard one just because... I gotta get those. Yeah. I don't know what would really be a good example of something that comes to mind that I would feel is kind of overrated at all. So I don't know. That's a tough question to answer. I don't know. I feel like there's certainly a lot of stuff that's underrated, if we can go that way. like for example, this is something I talk about. Every time I talk about anything like frame arms related, I think that to me it always has never really made sense why frame arms kits are not more popular with a lot of Gundam fans, considering that's basically like the same kind of thing, just like mecha models. I understand that the frame arms kits are a bit more kind of modeler orientated. So the like straight out of the box, some stuff needs to be glued, some stuff might be a little bit more kind of loose or floppy kind of parts here and there that kind of needs a little bit of an extra modeler's touch to make it as like solid as like something from Bandai, like a Bandai HG that you could like throw across the room and like it's going to be totally fine. Nothing's going to come off, nothing's going to break. I mean, it's just not that. But I mean, as far as like what you're getting, I mean, frame arms I always felt is kind of underrated. Anything else you can think of that's overrated? I can't really think of anything really, to be honest.
Yeah, like it's
comes to mind.
The other thing I could think is kind of what I was saying. Like if like a bunch of sorry guys, we have to step away. Is like if a bunch of people like a specific design and you just don't like that design.
Right.
So, but I don't.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've always felt that the Moon Gundam HG was a little bit overhyped, but it's one of those where like the kit is really, really good.
Yeah.
But I feel like as soon as that came out, like everyone just decided this is the best Gundam HG that Bandai's ever made. Or like, yeah, it's great. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
If you love the design, then you're gonna love the kit for sure.
Right.
But like if it's not, it's one of those where like if you're not that into the design, building the kit, I mean, I don't think it's gonna like change your mind. You're gonna suddenly love it just because you built the kit and the kit was amazing.
Right.
It's a good HG, but there's other examples of nice HG kits too. Let's see. John said, I missed the last opportunity meetup cookout you had. Are you planning to have another one in the future? So yeah, we mentioned about that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the goal is honestly the end of this month. The problem is if we'll have space. I think is kind of a problem right now. I don't want to dedicate and say yes, we're doing it, and then we've got 20 pallets sitting in the way. I mean, I guess we could just pull those pallets outside and then put them back in afterwards, honestly.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, there'll be an announcement probably either at the end of today or early next week if we're going to be doing one. It'll be at the end of this month or,
beginning of March.
Beginning of March, yeah. On a weekend day.
Yes. We have to do a build day, a birthday party build day.
For you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my birthday's at the end of this month. I just want to make it all about me so we can have birthday cake.
How old are you going to be?
35.
Man, you're such a baby. Such a little youngin'.
Interestingly, I feel like the exact opposite. I feel like I'm getting fucking old.
Yeah. Wait till you hit. I'll be 37 this year.
Ooh.
But I don't feel like I'm 37. That's the weird thing. Like I've been married. Like me and my wife will have our 10-year anniversary this year, and it doesn't feel like we've been married 10 years.
Yeah. Yep.
Time flies, guys.
Yeah, it does. Especially once you have kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Daniel said, I'm really excited to see Armored Core coming back, and used to play the MechWarrior video games back in the day. So you might like to see the new model kit that we're working on.
Yeah.
On that note. But he said, would you be interested in a more crunchy, sim-like Gundam game as opposed to something like we have with the Gundam Evolution? So yeah, kind of like a MechWarrior or like Armored Core style Gundam game.
I mean, I liked Armored Core a lot. I played the crap out of that game when I was a kid. And then I think it was like Armored Core 3, they opened up online finally. And it just, So I like the Armored Core games. But with the Armored Core games, I didn't like when I had to walk real slow.
Yeah.
Like I think there's like maybe Armored Core 2, you get a part that could help you fly and move around faster.
Yeah.
I like that. But I did like the realistic aspect where you had weight limits and only certain weapons that go on with certain legs and bodies and stuff like that.
For me, I found that interesting for about 30 minutes. And it was not something that I actually found fun enough to continue to play for like hours and hours.
Yeah, listen, Armored Core is fire. All right. So is that good, Chris? Did I say that right? And
I'm going to say it's so mid. But no, yeah, I mean, I played a couple Armored Core games a little bit. I think it was Armored Core 3 and Armored Core Nexus were the ones that I played a little bit of.
Yeah, I hope they make some reprint a bunch of the Armored Core kits. Kotobukiya makes Armored Core kits. That'd be nice.
Yeah, so it would be
a bunch
cool.
of those. Yeah.
But no, there's a few Gundam games that are like that. Yeah. And I also, what I've played of them, I didn't really enjoy because it's just too slow.
Yeah. What Armored Core did was, they gave you parts that could make you a little bit quicker and be able to use your generator more or whatever. Boosters would use less energy.
I think what would be really interesting was there was that one Gundam game that was like MS Saga, I think it was called. Something more along those lines. Like if it's going to be more of a slow paced game, then make it more about like the human story, not of like a Gundam fighting game. Because if it's a Gundam fighting game moving so slowly, I mean that's there's not really much going on. But and I believe the Gundam Saga game was more of like a turn based strategy kind of game. I believe I never played it, but it always looked kind of interesting.
Yeah,
but something kind of more character focused if they're going to go
that route.
Slower paced.
Yeah. What was good was, did you ever play Titanfall?
No.
That was good.
Yeah.
Because you could like jump out of the mechs, you could go in the mechs. The mechs weren't like super clunky. They were could run around and stuff. Armored Core was really great combination of both styles. Yeah. Armored Core, I mean, I'm real excited for the new game. So that is one that I will stay up after my kids go to bed. And
I always love to see like the cutscenes and the intro videos and stuff. They're always really well done for Armored Core. They're really cool. Joey said Zeonic Front was pretty near. It was a little slow too. I know Zeonic Front was one of the better ones. I remember playing that. That was one of my favorite ones. I think probably in the PS2 generation. There was that. There was Journey to Jaburo was another good one, and Encounters in Space. So that was good too. Okay. All right. There have been very few completely new MG kits released in the last few years, and some of the best, like the Gundam Mark V, have been P-Bandai releases. Yep. Yeah. Do you think there anything we as consumers can do to encourage Bandai to produce more kits in this line?
Buy more of those kits. I mean, I don't want to say sadly. I mean, that's really kind of what drives any business. If something's selling, then obviously they see there's a demand for that thing and they will make more of that thing. I think that's really the best way to do it. If you like Mastery kits, buy more Mastery kits. Because I can send emails all day long. It doesn't mean anything. So
especially for the audience outside Japan, as we were just saying, like still like Gundam's getting like Gundam model kits and Bandai model kits in general are definitely growing in popularity outside of Japan, but it's still a fraction of what Japan goes on in Japan. So
do the surveys. I mean, Bandai puts out surveys a good, at least twice a year that I know of for different things. So participate in those. You never know what those surveys are, or what they're asking, or
or just call them out on Twitter.
Yeah,
maybe.
Sure.
Might work. Let's see. Oh, there was a question here. Mr. Boy Human said, is Zach still playing Genshin?
I'm sure he is.
Yes. Yes, and only. I only have time for one game in my life, and that's it. So yes, I am.
The only mobile game I play is probably Arc Knights.
Yeah.
I don't play that very often.
Yeah. Is it a similar type of game where you like there's incentive to actually like log in and play every day?
Yeah, because you have to log in to get certain perks, but it's more of like Defend the Castle. So you have like your
gameplay style is totally different.
Yeah, gameplay. Yeah, but you got to log in to get your daily things to boost your little characters up.
All right. What's been your favorite series and scale combo outside of UC? I've met someone who loves the Turn A 100s, not the MG, Turn A and Turn X, which I found to be a wild concept. The 100 scale, like kind of all of the, non-graded and graded, all of the Turn A kits kind of in general are all quite good. Because the HG MGs, those are great. Yeah. And even before that, the old 144 scale and 100 scale model kits are pretty good as far as those type of kits go. What do you think? Yeah,
I mean, I liked all the high grade IBO kits. I thought they did a good job because that was kind of the first time they really put inner frames kind of right in high grade. So I thought that was neat that they did all that for those.
For me, yeah, that's a tough one. Outside of UC, can I say Advance of Zeta? It's totally UC, and it's sort of like a side story.
Yeah. I'll let you do it.
No, probably the like Master Grade Seed series, because all like the Seed Master Grades in general are pretty great. Like there's a couple like the Justice and like the Freedom kind of not really. I don't quite like as much. I don't like them all equally, but they're like in general they're all quite good.
Right.
Yeah, those are really really nice. There's a lot of really great ones there. And then like we said earlier, all the MG wing kits are all quite nice too.
Yeah.
Do you think Bandai will focus more on the MG SD line than the MG line? Latest regular MG was the Eclipse.
Was it?
That was a good couple months ago. I think the last like fully new.
Yeah, because they had the Dom, which was just partially.
It's
was there after nothing? I mean, they're making the Zeta Verka.
Yeah.
But
just like a regular MG that's totally new. Yeah, the last one was the Eclipse. No, I don't think that the MG SD line will like
replace it. I'm
will
sure
become their focus now.
Dang, it's been that. That's crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, at least as far as like current time in recent years, it does seem like we would expect typically for like master grades to get like a few master grades through the year, and then like the kind of side ones like MGSD and MGEX will get like one a year.
Right.
But it's kind of seeming like even the regular MG line is also just doing like one or two a year.
Yeah. Did the Virtue come out last?
The Virtue came out, I guess after the Eclipse. So, I mean, it used a couple of runners from the previous kits, but like just like the 00 Gundam frame basically.
Yeah.
Anyway, I would still consider that basically a fully new kit, really, to be honest.
Yeah, I would.
Okay. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get to our giveaway here for today.
Giveaway.
And let me go ahead.
I know we didn't answer or see it, but I don't remember when I was reading through there, someone asked, do you think Kotobukiya should make Genshin kits?
Duh.
Yes. So Kotobukiya.
Yes, please. I've been waiting for that, man, because they like in the like cross frame, they have like the cross frame girls and like the Yu-Gi-Oh Dark Magician girl, the
Gal Gaigar.
Yeah, that one. And what's the Wonder Woman?
Oh, they did make the Wonder Woman,
and the Miku, and stuff like that. So like something along those lines of like one of the Genshin characters. I don't know who it would be.
I don't play it, so
probably be Mona or something, I guess, since that's the only one that I mean. There's a statue, Mona, and there's also that Figma, I think, as well.
Is she the one with like the little horns? I think.
No,
hair?
with a big hat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the witch girl.
Yeah. That's who I guess it would probably be, but okay. 3, which is Facebook, where we had only 49. It was the least among the 3 different options for us. So 40. Let's just go to the bottom and count up. I think just make sure, everything's all loaded up. So this is 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40. Alejandro. We did not answer this question earlier. So he said, if you could have any mobile suit, which would you have? Actual suit, not kits.
It's not just time.
Yeah. And I'll just use my go-to, I mean, without putting too much thought into it, and just stick with the Rosen Zulu. I think that'd be a good one too. Yeah. You get kind of the best of all worlds. It's very mobile. You got close combat, ranged combat, the rose bits and everything. All that. They're not called rose bits. That's from G Gundam, but it's basically the same thing.
Funnels.
Yeah. There's a certain name for them, but I feel like that's a really well-rounded while still also very high powered mobile suit.
It's
a good one.
Definitely.
Okay, Alejandro, congratulations.
Yes, awesome job. Sending in a question. But yeah, send us an email to support@usagundamstore.com. Again, that's support@usagundamstore.com. Just let us know what address you want us to send that to, and just a screenshot of you logged into your Facebook account, so you're proving to us that it's you. And we'll get that shipped out, man. Congrats.
Yep. Thank you for the question.
Master grade death scythe.
There you go.
Hell.
Shh, don't say that word. Gonna get demonetized now. Okay. But yeah, congrats.
Yeah.
Awesome kit. And once you build it, don't just toss it in the backlog, build it and then tag us.
Yeah,
show us what you do with it.
Yes.
Anything else for today?
No, just thank you guys for all your support. We appreciate everything you guys do. Supporting us. Thank you guys for your patience. We're getting orders out as fast as we can. We've gotten 2 containers in the last 2 weeks. We're getting another one in next week. So, we're pumping these orders out as fast as we can. So thank you guys so much for that. And yeah.
Yes. Anyway, just thinking of something funny that I won't say on stream.
Okay.
But anyway, thank you guys. And stay tuned for news regarding the next build day, regarding the next contest. We'll keep you guys updated. Just make sure you're following on social media to stay up to date on everything. But thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yep.
Okay. Bye.